What's up, YouTube? You guys are now in the lair of the mad scientist. Okay? As you can see, I got PUBG up on the screen right now. There I am, having a great time. So, in my little studio right now, in my little workstation, little project area, right here. So, you got my little microphone, my little ghetto little setup right here. But this is my current PC. This guy right here, this bad boy. Okay, I think I'm rocking a Intel i5, something or other in there as the processor. I got some, what is that, a G4 1660 GTX in there. Graphics card, power supply, 500 watt PSU. Most of my optical drives like that have all been disconnected. I think I'm running like 16 gigs of RAM. So what I wanted to do was just, pretty much upgrade my PC, get a whole new unit, and minus the graphics card. Everything else I'm pretty much going to get from scratch. And I wanted to do it under $1,000, or $999, just three digits, not four. So that's exactly what I did, and let's see how it went. All right, and here are the items that I purchased off Amazon, as you can see, for $999 altogether. So today's the day. We're gonna start from square one. I'm not a guru yet by any means in this avenue, but I'm doing what I can, so let's see what happens. So the first thing I'm going to do is obviously check out the case. So Corsair, I got 200R, kind of regular joint. Okay, and here we go. Pretty basic, pretty straightforward. Nice. You get that. You get the case. You get the freaking owner's manual. If you like a big shot. All right, moving on. So the first thing I did was I popped open both of the sides, and there's seems to be a cardboard box in here. Let's see what's in here. Screws and zip ties. Okay, moving on to the next component, the motherboard. So I went with the Asus Prime Z390A, and it was a toss-up between this and the MSI MPG, I believe Z390. If I'm not a satisfied customer, after everything is said and done, then you're going to see me swapping out the motherboard for that MSI. But for now, we're going to stick with Asus. So let's see what's going on. Trying to figure out where the... Ooh, yeah, let's see if that works like that. Is that where it is? Is that the little arrow right there? I don't know. Okay, I get it now. I was like bugging out trying to find it on here, but no, the marking is actually, bam, right there on the bottom left. So now we're going to reveal the processor, which happens to be the Intel i9 9900K. Alright, and that was fairly simple. Just took the processor out of the box and installed it facing the right way, and pulled the lever down, snap right into place. Well, not snap, but adjusted right into place, no problem. Next on the list, CPU cooler, the Noctua NHD14. All right, here we go. Okay, now I got the brackets installed front and back, and I'm about to attach the CPU fan. Okay, just iron everything up before I screw everything down. Going to apply the thermal paste, and let's see. Everything's screwed down. Put the middle fan back. Everything's looking good. So far, so good. So, what had happened was I was having a little bit of a problem getting the motherboard in place, doing all the screws with the CPU cooler in place. So I decided to take it off, and now I got the motherboard screwed down, no problem. Bam, 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 nice and tight. So now we're going to put the CPU cooler back. Okay, got the CPU cooler back installed. Motherboard is in place. Everything's looking good. Which brings us to the next item on our list, the PSU, the power supply unit. So I went with a Corsair, same as the case, RM750X. Bada bing. Okay, so I just took the time to attach all the necessary cords. So right here, this I think it's like a 24 pin. Excuse me. On the top, this is going to be for the motherboard, I believe. We've got the CPU cord right here. It's going to go to the CPU. We got the PCIe, which is right here. Is going to be for our video card. And then this one's labeled peripheral and SATA. So this is going to go to our hard drive. Okay, so and I'm glad like they do it this way, so you don't really need all the extra ones. Don't get in the way. So I kind of like this. So yeah. So I installed it pretty easy, no issues. And now I'm going to screw it in. So moving on real quick, I took the opportunity now to install another case fan. So same as the CPU cooler, Noctua, but instead of 140 millimeter, just a little smaller, it's 120. So then there it is, just on top, just to complete Megazord. So bam. Bada bing. And now moving on to the hard drive. What do we have? A Barracuda Compute. Yes, from Seagate. Yeah. All right. Okay. Hard drive pops in pretty easy. No issues. Yeah. Was going to screw it in, but there was a little clearance issue. It doesn't sit exactly where I thought it would. So it actually just snaps in place and doesn't really have any play in it. So I'm just going to leave it there without screwing it in. Shouldn't be an issue. And now we are moving on to the video card. I just pulled out of my old computer and look how dirty that bad boy is. Man, we are going to clean that guy. This is the MSI GeForce GTX 1660. Okay, that's better. Gave it a quick little once over, quick little cleaning. Nice. And now we're going to pop this guy in. Okay, the video card has been installed. Bam. Bada bing. Looking good. So far, so good. All right. Well, everything is hooked up. Hooked up all the front connectors and everything. All the fans. GPU is in there. Got the hard drive rocking right there. Power supply, graphics card, CPU fans. It pretty much is what it is. Yeah. Okay, everything is good. It turns out that I had the hard drive in backwards. I was wondering why it wouldn't shut and everything wasn't flush, but everything is good now. Bam, bam, bam. We're ready to go. So I'm about to plug this bad boy up and hopefully it doesn't explode. Well, I was so excited that I totally forgot. Newbie rookie mistake. Forgot to install the RAM. So I'm about to throw in this DDR4. 32 total gigabytes of RAM. Oh yeah. Okay, no problem. Bada bing, bada boom. Got the RAM in there. So now we are actually ready this time. So what do you know? Holy shit, I hit the power button and... It's alive! It's alive! Bam. This is great. So here we go. New CPU installed. Please enter setup to configure your system. Press F1 to run setup. Here we go. This is nuts. So I hit the setup utility and bam. It's telling me how many fans I got running, what's going on. This is great. This is very, very, I like the GUI. I like the graphic user interface for sure. It says, so I can see my RAM is installed, which is great. Could see my processor, everything's going good. You can see the fans, bam, bam, bam. The fans going crazy. The voltage, temperature, bada bing. So the last thing I did before I scrapped my old PC and pulled the video card and whatnot was I went to Microsoft.com and installed and set up the Windows Media Creation tool. Pretty much just taking a USB or a flash drive and making it bootable. So that's what I did. Put Windows 10 on it, and unfortunately, I couldn't find a cheap CD key or product key online and didn't want to chance it. So I just went and just got went to Microsoft and just got a CD key. Was able to just go into the BIOS, change the boot order so it could boot from the flash drive. It booted up and asked, for the product key, put the product key in, and now it's, going through its thing, and we'll see what happens. Okay, bam. It worked. All right, Windows is done installing. Everything is good. So far, so good. It's good to go, baby. I'm getting excited. And now I plugged it in to plug the Ethernet in, and now it's just going crazy. So I'm letting everything do its thing, letting it go through all of its updates. And yeah, I can't believe no issues, man. It's been really, really smooth install. All right, and after a little while, everything is up to date. Even did the optional updates. So now we are good to go. We are up to date. And yeah, everything's looking great. And that was just some recently recorded footage of me owning some newbies on PUBG with the new build. Needless to say, I'm very, very happy, very pleased with it. No issues at all. Runs great. So here are just some last minute specs for you guys. And that's all, folks. Thanks for stopping by the Mad Scientist's lair and being a part of this build with me. Upgrade my old PC to something a little bit more modern. It turned out great. Had a great time. And I'm loving it. Thanks, guys. Take care. Peace.